Hi, it's Michelle Einstein, song Birdsong. You're looking at a picture of Singh Birdsong. He's the first Ebony and Ivory Jesus Christ consciousness. And this is his mother. Michelle Birdsong is the first female Jesus Christ consciousness. This is Singh's legal father, Edwin Birdsong's album. And Michelle Birdsong's album, What It Is. And I wanted to I just read a few words of the prophecy for Singh. It's called, When a Newborn Baby's Born, the World Gets One More Chance. You said that everyone could be free. But look at you. Look at me. The heart that everyone starts out with has purity if it's free. When a newborn baby is born, the world gets one more chance. His mom is his champion, his dad, his reality. His safety's in their hands, but his mind is personal property. When a newborn baby is born, the world gets one more chance. You say don't tell a lie, but the lie you tell, it don't miss his eye. You say don't kill a man, but the gun you make, it don't fit that plan. When a newborn baby is born, the world gets one more chance. His love goes to his parents with trust, at least initially. His faith stays with who deserves his faith as he grows, as he knows. When a newborn baby is born, the world gets one more chance. That baby is Singh Birdsong. The birth of a child, whatever the family's lifestyle, brings love, joy, but more importantly, it brings renewed hope. And all these positive feelings are surely warranted if the baby's allowed to grow, mind untampered with. Okay? So this is a song that Singh and I wrote together. He wrote the music, and I wrote the words, I Believe in You. I'm not going to sing the whole song. I'll just sing the chorus. I'll speak the chorus. It says, I believe in you and want you to believe in you too. I believe in you and want you to do what you feel is right to do. I believe in you and want you to do what, and I want you to believe in you too. And I believe in you and want you to do what you feel is right to do. Okay? So there you are. That's his prophecy. And that's his song. If you get a chance to hear it, he does it's perfect. It's so wonderful. Now, mainstream includes to the marginalized. Mainstream includes to you. Video watch, part 3, Eve's confession to Singh Birdsong. Okay, this is what this is. Home Twitter, mobiletwitter.com. Stephen Crowder, Pocahontas' husband, tweeted, people should be able to say things that others consider widely offensive. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but it's all covered under the First Amendment. Okay? Now, the truth is not for the squeamish. As a child, Michael absorbed the shit he recoiled from, that he watched swirling around and down the rabbit hole, the toilet bowl. Then, when he grew up, got married, his wife moved closer for an embrace, and he saw himself as her. Because he's a narcissist. He thinks everybody is him. So as she reached for him, He thought he was reaching for himself, the rejected, recoiled identity he took on as a child and recoiled from himself, who was actually his wife. She didn't know the reality of why he recoiled, rejected her. She presumed he thought her ugly. He thought shit was ugly and foul, and he thought he was ugly and foul. He thought she was, he, ugly and foul. Shit. Guru Govinda Singh Dillon said a few months ago, men have been ruining the lives of women for thousands of years to fulfill their fantasies that they have a womb in their ass. The pleasure so-called that homosexuals get is the urge, the longing to shit while they have a dick up their ass, blocking their shitting. They fantasize that they are experiencing what a man feels when he is fucking in the portal to Eve's den, called a pussy. Heaven to the fetus. Eve's den is heaven to the fetus, the womb in her body. A potty to the fetus. Only the potty in the natural woman's body is the placenta, which is generally discarded, although some biohackers harvest stem cells from it to effect age reversal for the mother so she can have more babies regardless of her age. The homosexual said, Michael is the male. No, the homosexual, said Michael, is the male who hasn't met the right woman, a woman who likes males. Okay, what do we got here? Animal. Ma loves males. Eve. First energy, pleasuring my first love, self. Okay, so it's just saying that she loves men, she loves him. If he had loved her, he would have become her, beautiful and true. Love is becoming the other. Love is losing your identity. Again, he took on her identity as though she was he, but he had become the shit he's been absorbed in, which stank to high heaven. Shit has a pungent odor that one can almost taste, which is revolting. The homosexual is a male who never married a lacto-vegetarian, like T. Michelle Birdsong Spear. Vegetarians are so desirable because their shit doesn't have that pungent odor, so her husband doesn't associate her with foul odor. He can, if he chooses, kiss her all over, including on her dampy down. A homosexual can abide another male's stink, but a female is supposedly a flower. Whoever heard of a flower causing a stink? Said Dr. Mike Murdoch. No man wants to come home to a nest of thorns. T. Michelle was born April 9th and reborn April 21st, 2022. The flower for April is sweet pea. And fresh as a daisy. The daisy. Lacto-vegetarians do not have the heavy load, aggression of animals because they don't eat aggressive animals. They eat light fruits and vegetables. The sun is the source of plants' ability to make their food. The sun is light. Most animals eat other animals, not the herbivore cows. So lacto-vegetarians eat yogurt, butter, cottage cheese, and drink cow's organic milk for much-needed protein. Carnivores get protein from animals, carcasses, and flesh. Singh Birdsong is a vegetarian, immaculately conceived son of vegan Sir Paul McCartney, who is a yoga practitioner, and T. Michelle Birdsong, a lacto-vegetarian yoga practitioner for over 50 years. Singh Birdsong has been a vegetarian all his life. And Robin, and his sister Robin Birdsong has been like her. Mom, a lacto-vegetarian most of her life. Robin's legal father, Edwin Birdsong, was a lacto-vegetarian as long as he was married to Robin's mother, T. Michelle Einstein Birdsong. Her father, in another life, Albert Einstein, was also a vegetarian. Edwin, after T. Michelle divorced him, started back eating flesh, fish, and eggs. Fish is the flesh of an animal used for food. By that definition, it's meat. In the first century, the days of the Bible, the word meat, eat, at, mean, me, and me, a genius, the food, feeling, ordered, of, dolphins, are smart. In some parts of the world, in Japan and the Fargo Islands, such as Fiji, dolphins are traditionally considered food and are killed in harpoon or drive hunts. Whaling has also been what? Practiced in the Fargo Island in the North Atlantic since about the time of the first Norse settlements on the island. Okay, the pages are stuck together here. So let me wet my thumb and see if that'll do it. That did it. BBC. Why does Japan have such a high suicide rate? July 3rd, 2015. Last year in Japan, more than 25,000 people took their own lives. That's 70 every day. The vast majority were men. The fishermen are men. June 13, 2022. Despite noticeably decreasing suicide numbers in recent years, Japan still has one of the highest suicide rates among high-income OECD. So I don't know what that means, but the message is order, earth, sea, deed. Kill, then be killed. Okay? Kill, then be killed. All right. And Michelle suggested to Edwin that they reinvent themselves, that they write a Broadway musical. She knew his young woman, Dion, had died body riddled with cancer. T. Michelle is a breast cancer survivor after surgeon searched and kept searching until he finally found evidence of a small amount of cancer, for which she underwent a lumpectomy and radiation treatment by Indian doctor Chada. No chemotherapy. She had a good oncologist, Dr. Malamud. He liked breasts and he liked women and wanted to preserve them. No unnecessary and damaging procedures did he recommend. He was a friend of her psychiatrist, Dr. Noel Taylor, her sister in another life, who had kept T. Michelle from psych wards for 10 years, using chemicals to control her chemical imbalance. Edwin, off the top of his head one day, T. Michelle was trying to give him a new lease on life, saying, "Come on, let's write a musical." Edwin sang the words, "I rise to the occasion." It sounded like something you'd hear in a musical. She told him, "I love it," but it was no use. Edwin's consciousness was too filled with death for him to maintain a will to live. He had Dion, his woman, abort every baby she conceived, and he consumed dead fish and murdered eggs all those years since he and Michelle Einstein Birdsong had been apart. Edwin had tried to persuade his close friend Stevie Wonder to become a vegetarian. Stevie said, "Then find me a vegetarian chef." It wasn't easy, but Edwin found Steve a woman cook. Edwin said to their belle, to T. Michelle, "You know what Steve did? He fucked her. He probably bought her a townhouse." Lyric Wonder, his other, as in stepchild, said, "Steve buys every woman he has sex with a place." Lyric's mother had gotten Stevie's ideas for songs, had given Stevie ideas for songs, but he never paid her, so Lyric was homeless and destitute. She had attempted suicide. Steve appeared in public on TV with her, but still he didn't pay her what he owed her mother, Sarita Wright. She did 5 albums for Motown after she'd been discovered having been a receptionist for Motown. But she wasn't given the push like Diana Ross, Berry Gordy's girlfriend, and her group, the Supremes. T. Michelle had given Stevie his only actual child, not legal child. He has plenty of them. He's paying the price, too. And ironic, using money, T. Michelle and her husband from another life, Johanna Bagoda, responsible for him getting the opportunity to earn the $200 million celebrity net worth says he has. Hell, Jesus Christ, Josh Groban, who sold more records in 2007 than any other artist, is worth $35 million. And T. Michelle, over lifetimes, have conceived 9 children with him. Singh's father, Sir Paul McCartney, net worth is $1.2 billion. And she has conceived 4 children with him, including 3 triplets now, due December 19th. One day, Edwin and Michelle were consulting with Johannan in his office on Broadway. Johannan asked them if little Stevie Wonder could cross over from soul singer to the big time rock pop. Anything. Edwin didn't know what to say. He didn't know anything about soul music. He was into jazz, but Michelle had fallen in love with Stevie's song, My Cherie Amour. The line, How I Wish You Were Mine, tugged at her heart. Earth. What is that? Heart. Earth. Art. Heaven. Okay, so he said in that song, maybe someday you'll see my name among the stars. She was impressed with the title because it was French. Hell, Sir Paul McCartney, St. Paul the Apostle, wrote a song called Michelle, where he sings in French. Josh Groban, Jesus Christ, sings in French, Spanish, and Italian. Steve sang Distant as the Milky Way. T. Michelle's Venus Ruled. You're the only girl my heart beats for. How I wish you were mine. Unconsciously, Michelle's thinking, wow, really, I love his voice. I love his words. He'd be perfect as the father of a child. Okay, said her brain, listening to her heart. It ordered, or rather they, the heart and the brain, ordered the conception of Andoni, Robin Michelle Birdsong. The heart is 40 to 60% stronger than the electrical energy of the brain. And the incredible part is the heart's electrical energy is so powerful, it radiates beyond our skin and can be measured 3 to 4 feet outside our body in a 360-degree field, full circle from conception to gestation to birth. The contagious power of the heart, momentum fitness. How much more powerful is the heart than the brain? About 60 times greater. The heart is the most powerful source of electromagnetic energy in the human body, producing the largest rhythmic electromagnetic field of any of the body's organs. The heart's electrical field is about 60 times greater in amplitude than the electrical activity generated by the brain. That's from, is that Heart Math? Energetic Communication, Heart Math. Michelle said to Johanna with intense enthusiasm, Of course, little Stevie Wonder can cross over to pop or any other genre. He's a genius, an exaggeration. But she, for some unknown reason to her at that time, wanted to sell Steve to Johanna, the gatekeeper to one of them, to superstardom in the music business. It worked. Johanna trusted T. Michelle's judgment. He never heard Stevie Wonder's music. He's a Joni Mitchell fan, and his climate black full singer, and he's a folk singer, black folk singer, Richie Havens. So Johanna took Stevie Wonder on. He got him the largest advance from Motown, $13 million any recording artist, including Tony Bennett, had commanded. Then he, Johanna, used his contacts to get Stevie signed to open the show for the Rolling Stones and Madison Square Garden in New York City and the tour across America. Oh, I got it all in. Okay, so there you go. Stevie, this is your birthday present, Singh. Do you get it? You understand now? I wanted you to understand what had happened before you were born and while you were born. Okay, so thank you, dear, and I hope you have a really happy birthday in the Bahamas where you are. So long.